Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for tuning in. So you guys, I'm going to be talking about the video that RFabulous did addressing the situation with Miss RFabulous. Of course, we know what's happened. As a mother, as somebody also who's in the public, who's on the YouTube platform, had to come out and speak her thought about it. She's obviously seen it firsthand, how Renee has been coping, and I think as a concerned mum, it's natural for her to obviously speak up and stand up for her daughter. So the comments were very interesting. Obviously it was very divided. You only need to watch videos on this situation to see where people's train of thoughts are and what people really think about it. Again, I've said it before, I genuinely do believe that a lot of people don't like Renee, but I also do think that she does have a lot of people who love her and who ride for her. Otherwise she wouldn't be as big as she is. And I know a lot of people like, who cares about her, she thinks people care about her, but blah blah blah. But you only need to look at her following to see that people actually do. As much as people say that nobody cares, but people actually do. She definitely does have that relevance, though I do feel like she's slightly losing that with all of these problematic issues that she's been facing. Just before I get further into the video, if you ever wanted to support my channel, in the description box is my PayPal. Your support is so much appreciated. Thank you so much for that in advance. I'm just gonna get right into the video. So firstly, I just want to say that I really appreciate the fact that even though it's her daughter, and of course everybody is gonna stand up for their daughter, do you know what I mean? Like, everybody's gonna stand up for their own. She carried her, she gave birth to her, she feels every bit of pain that Renee will go through as a mum, as a parent. Like, that's completely natural. So there's nothing outside that, like, there was nothing grand about that. I do like the fact that she didn't just come on and was like, you know, you guys, you know, leave her alone. And obviously, as she was saying, but she also did speak some facts. Like, she also did kind of she said the truth, do you know what I mean? Like, she was impartial, should I say. In the beginning, she was saying that when Renee told her about going on this trip, she said to her, she advised her, she needs to leave them girls behind. You and your boyfriend, you go, you have fun, but the mixing, you need to leave that alone. Of course, Renee being Renee, she was like, I'm a big woman, I can do what I want. And obviously she took them people along. And one thing that she was talking about was, you know, friends, and especially female friends. I don't know what it's like for male. Obviously I'm not a guy, I can't speak for men, but I know for women that's an issue that a lot of girls can relate to. Fake friends, a lot of girls can relate to many issues that we've had with females. It's not something that, oh, because Renee is problematic, that's why. There's another side to that. Sometimes you're not problematic, but you still manage to have fake people and snakes around you. Like, girls are so snaky, it's unreal. Like, it is unreal. Like, I don't know if, like, you know how, off topic, you know how Spider-Man became Spider-Man by getting bitten by the spider or something? Let's just say that's how he became it. Yeah, it's like Eve became a snake when the snake came around her. Like, she embodied that. Do you know what I mean? Like, from that moment, she forever took on the traits of a snake, because the way some females can be snaky is actually mad. Obviously, Renee likes to be like, oh, I'm a big woman, but then she does make so many mistakes that it kind of shows her lack of maturity and where she needs to grow. Yes, you can be open and you can be inviting and you can be friendly, but when you lack wisdom, it causes you to end up in certain situations that if you really applied wisdom, like proper wisdom, you wouldn't. And I guess that level of wisdom can also come from maturity. And of course, if you are religious, then from your religious beliefs, you know, your morals and how you were brought up, like, you just kind of know that I need to be close enough to relate but far enough to motivate, if that's the right saying. She keeps making these mistakes and just keeps perpetuating certain behavior traits, which in time she will learn from. Like, she will grow from it. I think the problem that we have is that she's in the limelight, she's an influencer, everybody's talking about her. But if it was somebody that nobody cared about, then it would be normal, because let's be honest, she's not the first person that in their life, like, trouble follows them. There are a lot of people who are not who are not popular, that people don't know about, but they just keep ending up in the same situations or even worse. Like, for whatever reason, trouble follows them. They have a nasty tongue, they have a bad attitude, and they live their life thinking, do you know what, I'm not the problem, I'm not the problem, when actually, in fact, there is a massive problem with you, and that's the reason why you are attracting that. That's what you are putting out. But because she's an influencer, because she's a public figure, everything is just heightened. Like, everything is magnified. Do you get what I mean? So a lot of people have opinions, but a lot of people's opinions are very narrow-minded. Like, sometimes we have to try and be a little bit more understanding, understand the person's behavior, because when you understand the person's behavior, or you know, some of the person's traits and past, you can understand their behavior, like why they're behaving like that, why they're doing what they're doing. And I think Yasmin was a perfect example. Yasmin Pink, when I did a video about her from her documentary, she to me was a perfect example of sometimes when you can prejudge somebody. For example, if Renee did a documentary where she stripped herself up and she was vulnerable and she really spoke about her life, and for people to understand her, because she's been in this box for a long time, it would be hard for people to still kind of have compassion on her anyway. Like, they'll be like, yeah, but I'm just gonna choose to keep hating on her anyway. That's just some people. That's just genuinely because some people just genuinely don't like her, and that's fine, because sometimes you don't know why you don't like somebody. You just don't like the person, and not everybody's going to like you. So I like the fact that Mummy Fabulous obviously stated the fact, you know, she told her not to go, she warned her, kind of thing, but she went and she done. Be careful of who your friends are, and that's personally something that my parents has taught me. Like, every time I was trying to be like, my friend, my dad would be like, no, like, that's not your friend, that's associates, or that's colleague. Like, know the difference. Like, not everybody is your friend. And that was instilled in me, and that kind of framed the way that I approach friendships, which benefited me in the long term. So of course she defended her daughter. Just reading the comments, you know, people were divided. Like I said, some people were like, well, you know, you need to teach your daughter to be humble, you need to teach your daughter to be this, and some people were just like, yes, I love you, Mummy Fabulous, I love you, Miss Fabulous. At the end of the day, Miss Fabulous is her own person, and at the end of the day, Mummy Fabulous is her mum, so she's gonna come out and she's gonna speak. And which mother wouldn't? You know, the friends that were there with you didn't speak. They just kind of like left you to get dragged through the mud. And to me, that was a big thing. I know some people were like, oh, they didn't have to speak, or if they obviously didn't speak because there must have been something there. But who knows? Like I said, we're not going to know exactly what happened in Dubai, but I think for both parties that it's important for them to have learned from this, because looking at their social media, they're both drained. You know, I've seen Angel be like she's taking time off for her mental health. I've seen Renee talk about her mental health. So nobody is benefiting from this. Both parties are being distraught from this. Like, do you get what I mean? So what exactly is the reason? What was the purpose to doing this in the first place? Because if, for example, you knew that you were right in what you did, then you would feel at peace. But the fact that your mental health, and you're feeling suicidal, and you're going through all of this stress, then ultimately there's something that is convicting you. Like, there's a deep conviction there that is bothering you. Maybe you lied, maybe you made things up, maybe you dramatized things. Like, do you get what I mean? Like, there's something that does not sit well with you. That is what is making you restless. So at this point, to me personally, a lot of people might think there was no point of her to make that video, blah blah blah, but it's normal for any mom to have done that. Basically, the fact that she was balanced about it. Mummy Fabulous was praying, you know, she was like, in Jesus' name, like, you lot need to come off her back, start talking about her, and like, she was calling on the name of the Lord, boy. Like, she was going in, and I could really feel the passion. Do you know what? It is what it is, and I suppose it's what you sign up for. Now, I've said it before, influencers and social media personalities are actually a lot more relevant than celebrities. Everybody makes mistakes, and you can't keep telling somebody, oh, she needs to grow, she needs to change. Like, you also have to create grace for people to grow. You have to allow a grace period, and I don't think she's ever had a grace period. What I mean by that is, like, the minute she puts a foot wrong, like the minute like she does something, it's like people are ready to drag her, type of thing. But in order for somebody to grow, they need to be in a cultivating environment to grow. They need to be able to feel that grace to grow. But also, she needs to understand that I am trying to grow, and not just say it, but actually allow your actions to do so. Meaning, when situations like this happen, instead of you going straight to social media and just exposing everything on social media, you can still go on social media and just be like, guys, I've just been in a situation, you guys might see it from the other party, I'm not going to talk about it until it's resolved, but just want to say to all of my supporters, I promise you I'm going to explain everything. Keep it small, minimal. Do you get what I mean? Like, you don't have to come on and be like, you're indirect into the other person, because you know that they're gonna see. Why are you feeding into that? Like, that's my only problem when it comes to situations like that. It's like, if you change your method, you're gonna get a different result. But if you keep going through this, if you keep having the same method, you keep doing the same thing, then nothing is gonna change. Like, people won't know how to address you, and that's why people are kind of carry on addressing you this way, because you're not giving them anything different. You're giving them the ratchetness, you're giving them the trash. Do you know what I mean? So that's how people are gonna address you, because they're not seeing this new person that you are trying to be, which makes it really hard for growth. And naturally as well, sometimes people will just never see you, the new you. Like, they will always address you as the old you, and it is what it is. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you are new to my channel, feel free to subscribe and hit the like button. Put your notification bell on so you do know when I post. I pretty much post daily, and I'll speak to you guys in my next video.